Every year, hundreds of couples get married Greek style. But having a big fat Greek wedding can be a big fat headache.
The talk with the wedding planner, it was brutal.
You need to go now, go.
And it's no easy ride getting to the church on time.
I don't think we're gonna do it.
You cannot be late, Rita.
It's the most important occasion of their lives.
No, not the house. Alan, please listen to me.
But will it be a nice day for a Greek wedding?
You know there ain't no more arsing about now, and it is actually like a big moment.
This time, 2 New Yorkers are a long way from home.
This ain't Brooklyn.
And when the bride loses her nerve, could a wedding be in ruins?
She's overwhelmed with all the details. I'm actually a little scared of her right now.
A pair of Norwich sweethearts want a family affair. But with important people missing...
My father got diagnosed with an illness that, he just can't come.
Will the wedding be a weepy? And the cash-strapped Cornish couple who, after 2 years of preparation, are stuck in a traffic jam of brides.
The other wedding party should have been out by now. Right, tell the musicians to stop.
The Greek Isles, where romance blossoms, love blooms, and weddings are a way of life. Our first couple getting their Greek on for a wedding in Santorini are 2 adventurous New Yorkers. Meet 37-year-old public relations professional Karen and 32-year-old marketing man Michael.
You're not gonna drink with us? Huh?
Cheers.
Wow, this ain't Brooklyn.
They've flown all the way from America to get married here, and it's a journey into the unknown.
He didn't even know where it was. It just said, that's where I want to get married.
Yeah. Come on, give me fierce. Give me Puma. Give me something. Come on, lady.
It's a giant leap for Michael in particular.
I've never left the country before, so this is my first time actually leaving America, the United States.
Now, you could come to Santorini for the sunsets, or the spectacular views, or even the old world charm. But Michael's thought of something else.
No wedding crashers.
Yeah.
No wedding crashers. You're not gonna just come, you go to these weddings sometimes and people show up just for the meal. They're like, okay, who's the bride and groom again?
Yeah.
Are y'all serving a steak or chicken? But they show up for the free meal. This right here, this you have to come out of pocket to come here.
So really commit to do it.
So, no crashes then. Just 22 guests at a ceremony and reception to be held here at the hotel. And all for £7,000 English pounds. To make it happen, the couple has signed up Sister Act wedding planners Moshe and Stella.
What is that?
These top-end wedding specialists have had American clients before.
Americans are used to the idea of a wedding planner and what a wedding planner does for them. And obviously, that means that they have higher expectations.
We want to get married on 10-10-10. Doesn't necessarily matter the time. And we want to eat really good food and drink really good wine.
Ooh, look out, Stella. This bride means business.
Seems like Stella's really on her A game, because my girl's tough, man. Like if she doesn't like the service, she will let you know.
The wedding planners arrive for their first face-to-face meeting with Karen and Michael.
I'm Stella. Oh, hi,
Stella. Hey, how you doing? Stella better stay on her A game if she's going to handle this high-maintenance bride-to-be.
You're standing basically facing the guests. We prefer that the couple have their backs to the background and the sun behind them. Otherwise, you'd just be like this in all the photos, and it's just not very nice.
Well, let me ask you this, because we're now at 5:30, 6 o'clock, so we have the sun setting here, but the ceremony's at 1. So the sun will probably be around here then, no?
Yes, that's quite possible. That's most probably.
Karen's a formidable force. That's love 15.
Right. Wow. Okay. So what I'm breaking down would be, say, 1 minute for a reading. I can't imagine that we would find, if that is the case. And then 30 seconds each vow, so 2 minutes total will be under the 5 minutes, and we can rock. Okay.
Karen makes sure it's all on record, so Stella can't afford to slip up.
It's the first time that we've had a bride taking notes.
Really?
Yes, you're very good.
We normally do it the other way.
Oh, really? I need to be able to go over this in my head and bounce some ideas off of him.
This is what I have to live with. It's everything's on the notepad. Yeah. But that's why I love you, because you take notes for everything. Right, exactly.
Expense.
Karen's been serving aces, but knows Stella apply some spin.
The other very important question is hair and makeup. Is someone helping you with that? Are you doing it on your own?
Yeah, I'm really good with that stuff on my own, so I'm doing it on my own, and my Mish Nirvana is going to help with my bun thing and my flowers, but yeah.
Usually brides fail to appreciate the importance of professional makeup. Usually when brides do their own makeup, probably say 99% of times, it does not show in the photos. They all look like they've got absolutely nothing on.
Okay. I would consult with someone here to see if they're doing something totally different.
It's not about doing something different, it's about doing it right.
Yes.
It's about, you know...
15 all.
You're probably getting bored with this conversation, aren't you?
No, my eyes are open. I'm listening.
As bride and planner trade shots, Michael decides his wedding is in safe hands. And the nod is...
You got everything, baby?
You can go ahead.
My leg is falling asleep.
No, go ahead. I have a couple more questions.
How about a glass of wine? Just, you know.
I think I'm gonna go find that now. You don't need me though, right?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay, you have it under control.
Okay. No, you have to eat.
I'm so tired right now. I'm very restless, baby.
I hope she doesn't come back to you saying, what did you do that for?
You can't.
She's not allowed to.
No, exactly. He's not allowed to. If you don't sit in or weigh in on options, then you have no opinion on it.
Absolutely.
You can't. Yeah. You have waived your right to an opinion. So, no, he'll be fine.
Okay.
The talk with the wedding planner, that was brutal. But it was great. I'm just here to support my lovely bride. She is so detailed, it's ridiculous. Like, you can imagine just like grocery shopping with her. It's like, you know, this bread has to have sesame seeds. You know, she's a very detailed person. When we came out here, the sun was in the sky. Now it has set. And she's still going. So I love her. I love you, baby. But you can talk, okay?
So whilst laid-back groom Michael wants a relaxed affair, his bride and her wedding planner are still locked in a tiebreaker. On the island of Rhodes, another couple are about to get hitched. Meet 30-year-old window fitter Calvin and 29-year-old coffee shop manager Claire.
We went out to a nightclub in Norwich and got introduced to each other, and we got on really well, didn't we?
Yeah, from
Initially,
the start.
just started off as friends.
And blossomed from there, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so just in a rubbish little nightclub in Norwich.
And 5 years later, Calvin bent down to bag his very own Norfolk bride.
On the beach, sunset in the background, couldn't be any more romantic, then get down on one knee and she finally said yes.
I didn't have a clue. It was total surprise. You're more romantic than I am, but then you should be. You're the man.
It's my job, isn't it?
Yeah.
A job he does well, as when it came to choosing where to wed, the window fitter had a clear view.
From day one, Cal wanted to get married abroad, and I said no straight away. I was like, no, I want the big white wedding at home, church wedding. I said, well, I can't do it unless our family's all right with it, you know, our immediate families.
Which they were in the end, weren't they?
Yeah, so we
Which
spoke
was
to
good.
him, and today said, you know, it's your day. If that's what you want to do it. There they are. Let's go see them, come on.
So with 21 guests getting in the Greek groove, Calvin and Claire's wedding in 2 days' time is going to be a full-on family affair.
Oh, is this? Hey. Got my two sisters, brother-in-law, aunties, uncles, both our mums.
You got you all there all right, didn't you? Good to see you. Love you loads.
Love you, darling.
They've all flown in to be part of the biggest day of Claire's life. But there's one important family member who can't be here. Claire's father, Peter, has been diagnosed with cancer, and he may only have months to live.
My father can't be here. Just before we were going to fly, he got diagnosed with an illness that, you know, he just can't come. It's impossible for him. So that side of things is going to be really tough. We've got the party back home for him to celebrate, so that'll be really special for him. So, but we'll be fine. He insisted on us coming, didn't he?
Yeah.
Whatever, he said, you know, you've got to do it. It's also the day we've dreamed of for ages, isn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt.
It's just so unfortunate that it happened, but that's the way it is, and we're still going to make the best of it, aren't we?
At least Claire's brave mum has been able to make the trip.
Oh. It's good to see you.
positive. I'm not upset at all.
You make me cry.
No.
Coming up, the story of the bouncer and the barmaid who dreamed that one day they'd get married in Greece.
I said, would it be lovely if we could do this?
Yeah. Didn't think for the world that we could.
A fussy New York foodie puts a Greek chef to the test.
She goes to the best restaurants all the time. You want to know her Twitter name?
Food and Wine Snob.
Food and Wine Snob.
The Greek islands and just the spot for 3 couples to tie the knot. No nonsense, Karen is putting her top-end wedding planner under pressure. And Claire and Calvin wanted their wedding to be a family get-together, but the bride is missing her father. And now from sunny Greece to rain-lashed Cornwall, and the home of 2 would-be weds, 43-year-old barmaid Wendy and 47-year-old DIY superstore worker Chris. It's second time around for both, but their decision to marry is just the latest chapter in a love story that's lasted over half their lifetimes.
First bumped into Chris when I was 17. He was already married then. I got on with my life. Didn't see him until years later when I went out with a friend of mine who'd recently split up with a boyfriend. She wanted to go into a certain pub. And
there I was standing up.
Yeah.
And everything went from there, really.
I put you there.
Right.
3 years ago, Chris took Wendy to Lindos in Rhodes, and it was a life-changing experience.
The first time I went abroad was when I was 40. I mean, it's a milestone in anyone's life, but to actually go abroad when you're 40.
When you're 40, yeah.
On the last day of our holiday, we cried. Yes, we had children to come back to. We had jobs to come back to, but we cried.
It was that brilliant, wasn't it?
And there, on Rhodes, a dream was born.
And I just said to Chris, isn't it a lovely place to get married?
And I think I said, would it be lovely if we could do this?
Yeah. Didn't think for the world that we could.
Chris and Wendy simply couldn't afford a wedding in Greece, but they weren't about to let that stop them. Chris began to work nights on top of the day job.
Sometimes I've only got a couple hours between jobs, really, to be honest. Today has been quite good because I finished at 5 and got to be in until 10. So that's pretty good. But then I work until 3 in the morning, and then tomorrow I start all over again where I do my day work and another night tomorrow night.
It has taken the couple 2 long years of hard slog to save up £3,000, just enough to make their Greek wedding dream come true. Now they're back in Rhodes, and so far, it's been everything they've hoped for.
People are so friendly here.
Yeah.
Really, really friendly, and they remember you. You know, we've come back 3 years later, and they're there coming up to us, hugging us, kissing us. Oh,
how are you? It's like we was here yesterday. It's absolutely fantastic.
But the Cornish couple aren't the only cash-conscious folk on the island. They've got 8 guests who've also worked hard to be here.
We couldn't afford for everyone to come out, so what we've said is anyone who's 16, by the time we get married, they've got to save for themselves.
Yeah.
So, over 16s pay their own way. Good news for their 5-year-old daughter, Bethany. But a bit of a blow for Wendy's daughter, Tamsin, who's just turned 16.
Everyone's worked really hard. I mean, I work like every day, except like 1 day a week, just getting the money. That's quite hard because I just get money and I spend it, so I have to give them my wages. Like, oh. But yeah, it's good.
Then, it was also a big ask for best man George and his missus.
A while ago he came up and said, well, would you be best man? Like, yeah, I said, well, yeah, all right. But he didn't say until after that we had to come out here, like, you know. So we started to save our money, working extra hours, like, I mean, and all this stuff. So that's what happened, like, here we are.
And even Chrissy's father, a pensioner, went back to work to raise the dough.
Well, it's been hard going, saving up the money, doing 2 odd jobs here and there to help out. At my age, like, you know, I'm at ruddy ladders and that.
But for others, Greece was out of reach.
Some of the family couldn't afford to make it with the high bills they've got and the work commitments they've got.
At least they were honest in saying.
Yeah, they said it.
They were honest. They came up to us and explained.
We're having a second reception at home.
Yeah.
Wendy and Chris have saved just £3,000 for their wedding the day after tomorrow. It's not much, but if anybody can make the most of it, it's local wedding planner Karen.
It is much, much cheaper to get married here than the UK. I think an average wedding here would be 3,000 to 5,000. An average wedding in the UK is 15,000 to 18,000. You've been down to the chapel before anyway, haven't you, at some point?
No, we haven't.
We've never actually been.
We've been
down to...
Karen's showing the couple the picturesque place she's arranged for them to get married at.
So you'll be walking up here with your daughter, and the bridesmaids behind you.
St Paul's Chapel is one of the most popular wedding locations on the island, where couples often spend thousands to create their own romantic setting. But Wendy and Chris can't afford to dress the chapel like this for their wedding.
It's like a fairy tale, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really. We never thought we'd get this far, but we have, you know, and to have this special day.
Well, it's something we wanted, it's something we didn't think we'd be able to do, and then...
Well, that's it.
Well, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's unreal at the moment, isn't it?
But will Wendy and Chris's hard-won Greek wedding ever live up to the dream? Back on Santorini, two New York high flyers, Karen and Michael, are gearing up for their big day.
I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own marketing and brand management agency.
I'm in corporate communications, so I kind of talk for a living.
Talking is what Karen does best. Even though she was 5,000 miles away, she kept a tight rein on her wedding planner.
I mean, she was faxing papers. Who uses fax anymore? I mean, she was faxing stuff.
Scanning.
Emailing, scanning.
Emailing.
Indian smoke signal, Skyping, you know, pigeon carriers. She was doing everything. And we have a great wedding planner. I mean, she's on top of it. As long as she's not stressed out on some Bridezilla stuff, I'm good.
But there are some things Karen will never leave to her wedding planner. There's a gourmet wedding banquet to be sorted, and Karen wants to road test the proposed menu before she approves it. This could be tricky, because Karen's kind of picky.
May I see the bottle?
Of course.
Food is very, very important, and I think at some points it can get a little annoying when you're very hungry, but that's just me.
Extremely detailed. You want to know her Twitter name?
Food and Wine Snob.
Food and Wine Snob at Twitter. She goes to the best restaurants all the time. Since we've started dating, I've definitely even stepped up my game as far as knowing what foods and wines to choose from. You have to when you roll with her, you know, she's the connoisseur.
Oh dear. It looks like the chef could be in for a roasting.
No adjustments need to be made. It's perfect. We're happy with it.
Phew, that was lucky. Decisive Karen approves the menu, but there's still 100 other details to concern herself with. The following morning, she expects her mother and Michael's parents to get with her programme.
The ceremony starts at 1 promptly, and it'll be at the most probably 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I have those extra 5 minutes. That's what I said. So 30 seconds to a minute or something. You can have the room then, because I think Chris has given me a bridal suite or something to get dressed in.
No.
I asked for it.
Oh, yeah.
Ask and ye shall receive.
While Karen distracts herself with the details, for Michael, the big picture is becoming clear.
I'm not nervous. I'm anxious. I just really want to see her in her dress. That's another thing. I want to see her in a dress, and I want to get the ceremony started. And it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas Eve right now, and tomorrow's Christmas.
On roads, Norfolk sweethearts Calvin and Claire are splashing around with just a day to go till they tie the knot.
It feels really surreal that it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It really does.
I can't believe it's finally come round.
I think because if you're at home and you'd obviously be working and you'd be stressed leading up to it, but because here you're on holiday, so you don't have that stress.
Calvin and Claire are blowing 7,000 quid and they've invited all their rallies. They want a big old family bash, but getting everyone here hasn't been easy.
I detest flying. I hate flying. Yeah, so I nearly called it off.
Took a lot to get here, didn't it?
Yeah. Well worth it. Well worth it.
But Claire's dad is at home battling cancer, and she's going to miss him.
In your head as a girl, you dream of your dad giving you away. So there was that little bit of me which is like, I don't think I can, but Everyone else is going to be there, and when we get back home, I'm going to then wear my dress again for the party. He's going to do all his speech and everything back home. He said he was going to write one for here, but he said he doesn't want everyone else to hear his jokes without him not being here, so he's saving it for when we get home.
With her father, Peter, unable to give Claire away, she's asked her brother-in-law to step up. Meet Sean, better known as the Jester.
Claire's asked me that on the day, instead of her getting all emotional because her dad's not going to be there, Claire's asked me if I can make her giggle, then she'll be over the moon. As long as she doesn't cry or get upset, as long as I make her giggle, she'll be happy.
So, how are you going to get her giggling, Sean?
And I've always said to Claire, as long as you have a photo in your album that makes you giggle, it's going to be well worth it.
Meat and two veg, anyone?
And the thing is, I feel slightly at one with nature. Yeah, doing the Olympia pose, I mean, that's... I'm a nipple showing, sorry.
Nipples? That's the least of your worries, son.
Sean's role here is to give Claire away because her dad can't do it tomorrow. He will do that with knobs on. I couldn't have thought of anybody better to do it, even though he's a bit of a wally, really, but we love him.
And just to make sure there's enough giggle-worthy photos, he's brought more figure-enhancing mankinis for his mates. Coming up, with nothing left to organise, Karen gets the collie wobbles.
I'm actually a little scared of her right now. So I had to leave the room and get dressed in another room.
Sean the Jester gets serious.
You know there ain't no more arsing about now, and it is actually like a really big moment.
At last, it's wedding day in the Greek islands. 3 years after her first holiday abroad, Wendy's back on roads with plans to finally bag her bouncer, Chris. With Claire's dad too sick to travel, brother-in-law Sean's been banishing the blues. And controlling Karen's been micromanaging every aspect of her wedding. On roads, it's chapel time for budget bride and groom, Cornish Chris and Wendy.
You're very calm.
Right, before it's not the first time for me, so I've just not had this pampering before. It's going to be so exciting.
Wendy met Chris when she was just 17, so today has been a long time coming.
Oh, I wish I could have been with him all those years ago. Thinking his wife is a very, very lucky woman. The fact that we managed to get together eventually, it took time. Everyone said to us that it's like a fairy tale.
So, is the burly bouncer feeling bouncy?
I was all right up till now, feeling a bit nervy now about it, but I'm sure when I get down there, I shall, the pressure will soon go off me, but I'm fit nerves at the moment. It's just overwhelming, I think, you know. I can't believe it's actually here, but it is. And I think that's what it is.
No such nerves for the barmaid from Penzance. She's fast becoming a princess fit for her prince.
I think she looks wonderful.
Stunning, actually.
She does.
I haven't actually seen this on yet. Look at the mirror now.
You look like a princess.
Fantastic, thanks.
Their wedding is due to start at 3:30. Chris and the guests are waiting near the chapel, but there's a problem.
We've just been told that the wedding party before us is running late.
The wedding party in front is delayed, and now there's a traffic jam of brides. Wedding planner Karen takes emergency action.
Hiya, another couple of minutes and I'd say take a really slow walk to the chapel. Yeah, OK. I'll have to keep phoning in the way because I can't judge it because I started late, so... Yeah.
Wendy's already heading for the chapel, dead on schedule. The temperature on roads is 97 degrees Fahrenheit. This is no place to hang about, but that's exactly what the groom and guests must do. Hold your horses, Wendy. A bride can be late, but she should never be early. With the wedding ahead of them only just starting, it looks like our bride could have an embarrassing wait at the chapel gate.
Hi, Claire.
Karen's got to put the brakes on Wendy and the wandering minstrels.
Okay. A little bit slower. Slow it right down a little bit because they're not at the chapel yet, so slowly, slowly. The other wedding party should have been out by now, so that's the bit that we've just got no control of unless they get out of the chapel in the next few minutes.
The wedding procession slows to a snail's pace under a blazing Greek sun. But the wedding in front is still in full flow. In the end, there's nothing for it but to stop proceedings completely.
Right, tell the musicians to stop. Tell the musicians to stop for a moment. I don't want us to come down till we're in the chapel and decorators, OK?
Okay, bye, bye.
Bride, groom and guests are now sweltering in the heat. It's not exactly what the couple and their families have spent 2 years scrimping and saving for. It's also wedding day for New Yorkers Karen and Michael on Santorini. All Karen's detailed planning is being put into action. But on this volcanic rock, it seems her bride is about to blow her top.
I'm actually a little scared of her right now. So I had to leave the room and get dressed in another room because you separate the girls and the guys. But before I left, I had to send in her friend Sarah because she was pretty just anxious.
The planning-obsessed Karen has become overwrought and doesn't want to be seen.
She's overwhelmed with all the details and the ceremony and the people. I just want her to be happy. It is my only concern, is for her to be happy and this to be one of the most beautiful days of her life.
It's Stella.
Wedding planner Stella is attempting to deliver the bridal bouquet.
Oh, okay. She put any water?
Is she okay? Can I speak to her or she's...
Let me see.
But she gets short shrift.
I'm just concerned now that Karen is stressed. And we do get brides generally who get very stressed, but usually they are very, very happy to speak to me.
The wedding is due to start in under an hour. The guests are already beginning to arrive and have no idea that Karen's out of sorts. Something's got to be done, and Stella knows it. She's going to try to flush out the reluctant bride with a wily Greek trick.
We're having the dressing of the matrimonial bed. Basically, this is a traditional ceremony in Greece which takes place just before the wedding, and we make the bed that the bride and the groom will sleep on the first night together.
Are you sure this is a good idea, Stella?
We have 2 young girls who are below the age of 18, and according to tradition, they have to be virgins, who will set up the top sheet of the bed, and then we'll throw rice and flower petals to wish the couple fertility and for them to have a very happy and joyous life together.
Stella seizes her moment. It's a risky strategy that could cheer up the bride or possibly cause an eruption. First, send in 2 young virgins, followed by a Greek folk ensemble. Then a generous scattering of flower petals. Nice. Some sugar almonds. Tasty. And a load of rice. Ooh, not so nice. That's it, Karen. But will the virgins, the violins, and the prospect of an itchy night ahead be enough to lift Karen's spirits? For Norwich lovebirds Claire and Calvin, their big day on roads has arrived.
It's a little bit nervous, actually. Yeah, it's been building up through the day, to be honest. Felt all right this morning when we woke up, and then as soon as like midday comes and you're counting down the hours, it's a bit hectic.
The Norfolk couple may be in the same hotel, but bride and groom are sticking to the tradition of not seeing each other before the ceremony.
They went to one restaurant for breakfast, we went to the other one. They went to one pool, we went to the other one. So we're trying as much as possible to not have any contact until we get there.
Yes, merely feet away, Calvin and his boys are getting ready. Jesting aside, Sean's got a serious point to make.
Yeah, we all arse about and we all have a bit of a giggle, but there just comes in moments when you know there ain't no more arsing about now, and it is actually like a really big moment.
Wise words from the jester. Calvin and his boys are suited and booted in their best beige, and now they can leave the hotel for the chapel.
Can I be
Yeah, already.
Now the coast is clear, Claire can finally come out of her room. Her father, Peter, can't be here to give his daughter away, so it's Mum, Jill, who joins Claire on her battery-powered limo.
I'll flip it up so that you don't sit on it, yeah?
I'll be alright.
Don't fall off the back, sweetheart.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Now that looks comfy. Down at the chapel, it's late afternoon. The heat of the day has died down, but for usually cool Calvin, the temperature is beginning to rise.
A bit nervous, yeah, a lot nervous. Really nervous, to be honest.
So, just a bit nervous then?
It didn't really hit me till we got here, but now I've seen the location and everything's just hit me at once, really.
Coming up, on the biggest day of their lives, will Calvin be able to control the waterworks? After 26 years of waiting, will Wendy and Chris be held up again? At St Paul's Chapel on Rhodes, Wendy and Chris's budget wedding should be underway. But there's been a backlog of brides and the wedding procession has ground to a halt. At last, the blockage ahead is cleared.
5 minutes? OK, brilliant. Thanks, Vanessa Bay.
Wendy and her entourage set out for the chapel again. Wedding planner Karen has a few short minutes to dive in to hastily dress the chapel as best she can. Finally, a red carpet is rushed out and it's all systems go.
Wife's bouquet? Oh, wife-to-be's bouquet.
Wife-to-be? I've still got a few minutes.
And luckily, there's no embarrassing wait for Wendy. At last, after 3 years of planning and saving, Wendy and Chris approach the altar together where the registrar awaits.
We are gathered here in this beautiful setting to witness and to celebrate the coming together of two separate lives.
In a possibly risky move, the couple have done away with traditional vows and composed their own poems for the occasion.
For you in my heart, my life is complete. You're in the air that I breathe and the food that I eat. You're my soulmate, the beat in my heart. It feels like a year, each second we're apart. You are my rock, you are my angel, my one true love. You're my present from heaven, my gift from above.
Top that, Wendy.
I belong in your arms. Finally, I have found a place into which I fit perfectly. I have found finally inside your arms, inside your heart, inside your love, eternity.
After all the poetry and 26 years after they first met in a Cornish pub, Wendy and Chris are finally a married couple on the Greek island of their dreams.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Congratulations.
I think sometimes we can watch a couple getting married, saying their vows to each other, and you can see that they generally are in love, and you can imagine that their marriage will last many years.
It's been a stretch for all the guests to be here, and to thank them, Chris and Wendy have decided to push the boat out with a £360 sea cruise.
This is, we're going to take you on a cruise for about an hour long, around to see all the beautiful sights and some of the lovely places of Lindos.
This is what you call pushing the boat out.
Yeah.
Wendy and Chris fell in love with Lindos when they came here on holiday. Now their guests have a chance to understand why. Back on land, there's an old-fashioned treat for daughters, Bethany and Tamsin.
You hold on tight. Wow.
Wendy and Chris have had a budget bash, but it's clear to see that right now they couldn't be happier for all the money in the world.
You couldn't add to it at all, you know, because what it is, it's so perfect.
It's very much exceeded our expectations, it really has.
Yeah, so fantastic.
It's a very romantic day all round. I think everyone's felt the vibes of that.
On Santorini, detail mad bride-to-be Karen's had a last-minute meltdown. But wedding planner Stella's brought around with a pair of virgins and a bowl of rice. Up in his room, shirt-dressed Michael's itching to get hitched.
3, I'm cool now. You know, I'm cool. I'm ready to go. You know, I feel good. I feel like James Bond right now. And you just look out the door. It's like we get married here.
Ready, gentlemen?
Yes.
Well, Bond may be ready, but will his bride be shaken or stirred?
I'm trying to keep it together.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
The groom is standing by, the guests are gathering, but will the bride rise to the big occasion? A glimpse into the bridal boudoir gives cause for hope. It seems Stella's strategy has worked, and now a radiant bride is escorted to her groom. Michael can breathe a sigh of relief, but then again, he's yet to deal with Greek wedding celebrant Christos.
Michael, do you accept Karen as your love wife?
Yes, I do.
Karen, do you accept Michael as your love husband?
Yes, I do.
A groom who's never before left America and a celebrant who speaks little English. This could be interesting.
I promise before God and these witnesses
To be your faithful husband.
to be your
Faithful.
faithful husband.
Good enough.
I thought you said favorable.
To join with you
To join with you
and to serve all that is to come.
and to serve
To serve all that is to come.
all that is to come.
To speak and to listen.
To speak and to listen.
To inspire, to respond.
To aspire and to respond.
And in all circumstances
In all second facets.
of our life
That's
together.
circumstances of our life together.
So help me God.
So help me God.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
Oh, wow.
Despite the misunderstandings, 15 minutes later, Michael and Karen are married, apparently.
We can now officially pronounce you husband and wife.
Oh, God. How about some more rice? Ow.
It's in my dress.
You should have cooked it before you.
The ceremony was absolutely beautiful. It was far more than what I expected, you know, and everything was just so beautiful.
Wow. This is beyond our dreams.
It's been a stressful business, and now even the girl who talks for a living lets her husband speak for both of them.
My bride looks beautiful. She looks absolutely stunning. And I have to keep looking at her, and I'm like, is this she? That's me right there? You know, so I'm happy. You know, I like, honestly, I just, this moment I'll remember for the rest of my life, you know. You know.
Calvin and Chloe are following in the footsteps of Wendy and Chris. They too are set to be hitched at St. Paul's Chapel by the shore. It's 5 o'clock and Calvin's wait is nearly over. Chloe arrives with nothing but a short walk between her and her intended.
I don't think I could be any more ready, to be honest with you.
In the absence of her seriously ill father, it's up to Sean to keep this bride smiling.
You could if I fell flat on my face right now, wouldn't it?
Although actually it would have been cool if you would have had one of them, you know, an abseiling rope going all the way down there and it lands you right next to him. Isn't it?
Right, we're down.
We're there.
We're down.
Good work, Sean. Chloe's arrived in cheerful spirits. For Calvin, it's not a moment too soon. He's overwhelmed at the sight of his bride-to-be. United at last. Calvin settles himself and reads his own composition.
I, Calvin Tristan Edwards, take you, Claire Ann Sanders, to be my lawfully wedded wife, my best friend, and my one true love from this day forward. I give you my hand and my heart as we work to create a wonderful life together. These things I give you today and all the days of our lives.
Love you.
He's kept his emotions in check, but can Claire do the same?
I, Claire Ann Sanders, take you, Calvin Tristan Edwards, to be my lawfully wedded husband. With you by my side, I know whatever the future holds, our love will only grow stronger.
The experience is simply overwhelming.
You are my love, my life, my world. And through sickness and in health, good times and in bad, these promises I give you today, forever and always.
Well done,
For as long as we both shall live.
Well done, Claire.
Sean's at the ready with a well-timed tissue.
From this moment on, you're joined together for as long as you live. I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Yay!
I can't believe it.
And after the formalities, it's a classic end to a Lindos wedding. A boat cruise.
Took my breath away to see such a beautiful girl come towards me and who I'm actually marrying. It was unbelievable. It was just so surreal. It was unbelievable.
I've never ever seen you cry like that.
No.
In all the time we've been together, never.
No.
It's just unbelievable, and
Oh,
everything
God.
we'd wanted and we'd hoped for, it was more. I
And
think.
more, yeah.
I think it was just more. It was just so perfect.